country. Time now for us to go to the newsreel and always endeavor to keep it real. This is the Black Port, aka Kukushudamo, and here we speak truth to power. No two ways about that. This is what it is, my brother, my sister, and I would like to go straight up to this one where we would look at something very, very important. Now, I am going to go straight up to Peace FM Online and look at this thing here. And this one says, fight corruption, just like how you unanimously accepted anti-gay bill. MPs lauded. I read. Governance lecturer at the Central University, Dr. Benjamin Ochri Ankra, has lauded the members of parliament for adopting the anti-gay bill. Members of parliament, by a unanimous decision on Wednesday, accepted the bill which seeks to ensure proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian family values. It awaits the final stages to be passed into law, and when it comes into effect, all persons caught in homosexual acts or making open declaration of support for the LGBTQI+ unanimous community and their activities will be criminally charged and face a jail sentence or a fine or both. I take that again. It awaits the final stages to be passed into law, and when it comes into effect, all persons caught in homosexual acts or making open declaration of support for the LGBTQI+ community and their activities will be criminally charged and face a jail sentence or fine or both. I'll leave it here. To God be the glory. Now listen to this. How many of us remember when Kamala Harris was in this country? How many of us remember what the President of the Republic of Ghana said to the Vice President of America when the woman stood on the soil of this country and boasted to us that despite the fact that homosexuality is a criminal activity in this country, she proudly stands for homosexuality. And it doesn't matter what we think, it doesn't matter what anybody says, she would uphold that as a human right, and she would always and every time stand by homosexuals and homosexuality. How many of us remember this? If we all do, can I move an inch more? How many of us remember when the President of the Republic, the so-called first gentleman of the land, how many of us remember what he said in response to this? He said, oh, don't you worry. Let them talk about it in Parliament. After everything, it comes to my table and I have the final say. Do we all remember that? Or is Blakk Rasta making up things? Now, if we are not short-circuited in our brains, now if we all remember things just like yesterday, things that are pertinent to our livelihoods, my brother, my sister, this cannot pass you by. Mr. President said, don't worry about the gay bill. Let them talk about it in Parliament. At the end of it all, it will land on my table. I am the final say. My brother, my sister, remember we talked about this. Now this is the stage it has reached. It will go to the president's table. Mr. President, over to you. You boasted to the people of America via Kamala Harris that whatever Parliament discusses, whatever is discussed in Parliament concerning the LGBTQI+, the issue will finally come to your table. And by the streak of your pen, you will either tick an X or a correct. It's over to you, Mr. President. My brother, my sister, when it comes to these gay issues and all that, I am extremely careful for one reason. Why is this not happening in Saudi Arabia? A country that is 2,000,000% anti-gay. Why is it not happening in Qatar? A country that is 6,000,000,000% anti-gay, yet it's happening to us. The answer is not far-fetched. We are a useless people with no brains. We are a people who are always running left, right, and center looking for crumbs from off the table of the white man. It hurts me. Now this whole gay issue, LGBTQI+, square roots and everything, is all because we are not trying to be economically independent. You think if we had the might and wealth of Saudi Arabia or Kenya or the Emirates or even Qatar, America or Kamala Harris could have come into this country to say it doesn't matter what you think about homosexuality. We, the people of America, stand by it, and I stand by it, and I see it as a human rights issue. You think she could have said this out of respect? Even if she wanted to say it, she would have said it behind closed doors. But she made it known to us that she didn't care what we think. Can I go to America and stand on the soil of America and tell them, America, I don't care what you think about ABCD. I don't care what you think about polygamy. I don't care in the least. Polygamy is the best, and polygamy is a human right issue, and I will stand by polygamy everywhere I go. He who feeds you controls you. Sankara told us this a long time ago. Why do we have all the gold? The #1 exporter of gold in the world, not in Africa, in the world. The second biggest exporter of cocoa in the world. The sweetest cocoa in the world. My brother, my sister, we have just discovered more minerals in this country, in the central region, Cape Coast to be specific. We have discovered minerals that have the capability of turning this country around economically. But again, it will go nowhere if we are the #1 exporter of gold. And today, our biggest gold mine, Ashanti Gold Fields, we don't even own 0.000 to the umpteenth 0.01% of shares in that gold mine, as told to us by the former CEO of the Ashanti Gold Fields. My brother, my sister, it hurts. It hurts. When are we going to be truly independent? When are we going to stand up and say that, yes, we are there? It hurts me, my brother, my sister, that all these things are happening. Can I take you to Rwanda? A friend of mine just left Ghana and decided to go live in Rwanda. He told me when he arrived in Rwanda, he decided to register a business. He filled the papers today, and the following morning, his papers arrived. In fact, his business was opened in just one day. In Rwanda, there is zero tolerance for corruption. If you try to bribe a policeman on the street or anywhere, you go to jail summarily. Not in Ghana. In Ghana, a lot of police people would rather ask you for a bribe, better still, force you for a bribe. It's a country of bribery. Right at our entry point into this country, the so-called Kotoka International Airport. An airport named after a villain. My brother, my sister. We are asking people to pay us bribe. We are begging. When did Rwanda gain its independence? Have we gone through any civil war like Rwanda? Today when we talk about Rwanda, the president of the republic, the so-called first gentleman, tells us, oh, please, do not compare Ghana to Rwanda. Why can't we compare? We should have been far ahead. But this is where we are because of bad leadership, because of terrible leadership, egotistical leadership, selfish leadership, leadership that is a misleadership. Today, my brother, my sister, we have come to the same point. Mr. President told us that the bill finally will come to his table for his signature. It is on the way to his table. Would he sign it? Would he not sign it? After taking money from Kamala Harris on behalf of the people of Ghana, would he have the guts to sign it? He who feeds you truly controls you. And I'm reading the next one from 3 News, my own 3 News, the most authentic source of news online. And it says, Mahama reacts to NPP attack on Domahini. I read, former President John Dramani Mahama has raised concerns about the attacks and insults rained on the paramount chief of the Doma traditional area, Osiadeyo Ajiman Bedu II, over his calls for the criminal trial of Asin Not Member of Parliament James Jachikwason to be discontinued. The Domahini, speaking at the 10th anniversary lecture of the John Evans Atta Mills in Sunyani earlier this month, appealed to the Attorney General to file a nolle prosequi in court on the case after the apparent endorsement of Mr. Jachikwason by his constituents in the by-election of Tuesday, June 27. As a matter of urgency, I am appealing to the President of the Republic that if he has any role to play in that trial, it should be aborted. The Attorney General should, as a matter of urgency, file a nolle prosequi to end the particular decision. So what is Mahama saying? What is Mahama saying? Mahama says what? He was speaking at a rally at the Methodist School Park in Asin Breku to wrap up the opposition party's thank you tour. The tour climaxed on Sunday, July 9th, and it was to thank the people, blah, 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 blah. And what did Mahama say? I'm still waiting to, see what Mahama said. He said he revered the traditional ruler and his status as a high court judge, who he has perceived praises for his judgments and was regarded and was disregarded by his attackers. Well, we all understand what that means. As we said before, what Osiadeyo said was very, very irresponsible of a judge. The least said about this, the better. You know the law. You know what the law says about criminality. The fact that somebody has been involved in a certain kind of criminality, as has been said by the Supreme Court, and has been stripped off his robes as an MP, and he goes back to win the thing, doesn't mean that that criminal offense is automatically wiped off. It's sad for a judge to think like that. It's very sad. My brother, my sister, if we continue like this, any criminal can win an election and go scot-free. After all, elections in Ghana are just money undertoned. How many people understand this? Any criminal can be president of Ghana. All you need is a bag of cash. Give it to the people and preach to them the 2 verses you learned from the Bible. After that, go and give them money. You become the next president. Just make sure that for the next 4 years, you continue to learn more and more lies and tell the people lies. In Ghana, 2 things win elections: lies and cash. All you need, lies and cash. It's a plus if you know 2 verses from the Bible. Quote them, and you are the next president of Ghana. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry of a criminal can be president of this nation. To God be the glory. Oh, what a country. Rwanda is teaching us something. We are supposed to be the